All right, another day of Drake making himself look like a dumbass. Fantastic Hip Hop made a video. We got why Drake just quit rap for streaming and everyone hates him for it. Now, I don't think everyone hates Drake for this, but and I don't think he's quitting rap, but apparently he was on Adin Ross's stream last night and he said some things, bro. He just started saying some crazy things. Now when I seen it, I was like, all right, this is clearly the XQC stunt again, and I hope people can see through this, but you know what I mean, there's definitely gonna be those people that are just gonna be like, oh yo, Drake said this, he said that, and it's like, bro, I don't take any of this serious. I don't know who really does, bro. Like when I make videos like this, bro, it's cool. You know what I mean? It's cool because it gets clicks. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Besides that, it's like, bro, what is this? What are we doing here? Why is Adin Ross even with these rappers, bro? But at the same time, it's Drake. So this is exactly what we're talking about in 2024. Going into 2025, bro, I am scared for the future. I'm telling you, man, like the fact that this man is comfortable just streaming with Adin just says a lot of his awareness. You know what I mean? What he's actually doing. But we about to get into this video. Let's see what Fantastic Hip Hop got to say. It's been a great year for hip hop, I ain't gonna lie. Great year for this channel, I ain't gonna lie. If you new, subscribe, you feel me? But I'm gonna get my 2 piece to see what Fantastic Hip Hop got to say.
To Drake. The ending that his 2024 is getting has never spoken more volumes to where his career is at, because as during the holiday season, to celebrate this time of year, as Kendrick Lamar and his label did a toy drive and concert where his entire crew from him to SZA and everyone else in TDE played music for one of the most genuine purposes there is, and as a result of everything they were showing, it really symbolized how much of a unifying force hip-hop can be as a whole. Right around the same time as Kendrick showed how powerful hip-hop can be, Drake announced that he was teaming up with one of the most polarizing streamers on the planet, whose very essence and nature dispels what rap music was put into the cultural zeitgeist in the first place to represent, with none other than Adin Ross. And making what Drake just did even worse, the entire purpose of it was to uplift a company that all it wants you to do is waste your hard-earned savings and get back pretty much nothing in return. And even while Drake was trying to garner up the best headlines he has had around his name in almost an entire year by giving back to people throughout this stream as well, because of his own actions and behaviors, which again for his age just push immaturity to an entire new level, and then with Adin Ross pushing him to say just about anything, and also the chat. Overall, Drake just acted more unhinged than we have seen in quite some time. And because of all of this, Drake managed to end out this year, which has really went down as a turning point in his career for the worst way possible, by not exciting people for the future or making them nostalgic of the past when he was actually liked, but by reminding the world once and for all why he is on one of the biggest downfalls of all time. And now before we get any further into
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to agree with this, man. For a moment, you know what I mean, if you go through the reactions I did this whole entire year when Drake was releasing Wagwan, It's Up, and you know what I mean, No Face, Circadian Rhythms being my favorite one, I was like, all right, you know what I mean, these are cool songs, but these don't stick. They're not sticking. These are not the Not Like Us records, you feel me? I was looking for the Not Like Us records. I was looking for the Highlight Bling, the God's Plan. That's what most of these people were looking for. But then we got him streaming instead, and on top of that, if you watch this stream, which I don't know if he plays the audio clips and all this, he does the little ooh woo thing where they put their hands together. He does a lot of really what on earth, this man is 40 years old type of stuff. He even gets offended when someone calls him unk. I think it was like a message or a tweet or something that someone called him an unk and he got like tight. A lot of crazy clips in that video, but let's see. I don't know if he
much of
says
a mess
anything.
Drake just made with this latest stream, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now with this entire Drizmas event, in a long list of moments this year that have already done nothing to help his image and have really only made him look worse at every chance possible, it really seems like Drake's holiday event was rightfully one of the biggest presents the rap world has gotten when it comes to witnessing just how much this guy has lost it in 2024, because aside from the diss tracks and everything going on with his label and what he's accusing Not Like Us of doing, with Drake facing the public in a way and through a medium that is so directly in tune with the people, and then even more with the last stream he did with an even bigger audience this time, this has really been one of the most revealing moments in Drake's entire downfall, because beyond what his teams came up with on tracks or in lengthy written documents, we get to see Drake here for who he really is, and while being in these type of environments helps humanize some figures and make them a lot more likable, for Drake, with nearly every moment on this stream, he managed to show that for those who are still in denial, so much of what Kendrick Lamar said about him is true, because Drake
Yeah,
is
man.
spiraling to new levels that we have never seen. Because seriously, even in an event that from the way it was designed was clearly here to try and create strong positive headlines, as the whole purpose of this thing was a way for Drake and Adin to give back to people in the time of the holidays. Overall, from Drake and Adin pushing the brand Stake, who put this entire thing together, which really, to get into that and how problematic Drake and Stake's relationship has been as a whole, needs its own video altogether. And then beyond this, to Drake mentioning something about all the rappers he is up against and then reminding people of his downfall over and over again. In every single way possible, Drake managed to pull himself further away from hip-hop culture than he ever has been by standing alongside someone like Adin Ross, and in the midst of trying to win the public back, just continue to crash out and show that even after all of these months and all the ways he has tried to take down Kendrick Lamar's accomplishments, that he is not over what Kendrick has done to him, because on multiple occasions here, Drake made it a priority to not just mention what this year in hip-hop all meant, but of course to drag Kendrick into this in some way. And even when Drake did something like repeat Kendrick's lines from Euphoria about Drake and Sexy Red and how Drake sees himself when he's next to her, which of course was one of the funniest lines in the entire beef.
Oh wow, I didn't even know. I didn't even know he said that, bro. So he repeated one of the lines. Hey, that shows he's a fan for real. But yeah, nah, that was one of that was one of them lines, but it still is, bro. Hilarious.
Just like when Drake said custard in a live stream chat and tried to jump on that viral moment from TV Off, or when he tried to rap over the BBL Drizzy beat. I don't know who is going to tell him that when he jumps on these viral moments from Kendrick Lamar, or that another one of his rivals did, that are dissing him or just spreading what they stand for against him as a whole. We are not laughing with Drake, but we are laughing at him. And from here, Drake's actions on this stream got far weirder and more revealing about where he is at in this time, because when reading a letter that was sent in by a fan, Drake was going through it line by line, and when he was reading it out loud, almost lost his entire mind because he realized he was about to start a whole other chapter to this rap beef with Kendrick by almost saying F Kendrick Lamar right on live stream, and again with this. Well, Drake's reaction—
For real, I didn't see that clip. That's wild. What? So what? Was he about to say it? Like he stuttered it, and then I'm gonna have to see the clip on that. But yeah, no, that definitely would have. If he straight up just said "fuck Kendrick," GGs, it would have been raps.
to almost say—
And that's how you know this is fake, bro. Like if you really think he almost slipped up and said that, like was reading, I don't believe that. I don't believe. I'm gonna have to see the clip for that. I don't know.
This does seem genuine, and it really does show on so many levels that what Kendrick Lamar has done to this man's career has absolutely changed his entire personality. And from just a few months ago, from taunting Kendrick over and over again to drop and acting like he was not a worthy competitor, to now where he is almost jumping up like a cartoon character when he is about to just say his name. This really shows firsthand that Drake even knows he lost this beef, and that Kendrick Lamar really is the boogeyman of hip-hop like no one really has seen before. And besides reciting lines from Euphoria or seeing just how scared Drake really is of Kendrick, which seemingly was even further confirmed by the fact that Drake and his team made sure that words including Kendrick Lamar, not like us, and anything negative about Drake in general were muted in the chat, Drake managed to make this stream even weirder and further show us just how bitter and distraught he is from this beef by when him and Adin Ross were talking. And Adin went on to say that he thinks rap is in a horrible place and that there's no artist dropping music right now and that the music that is out there is trash. And now considering Adin Ross's music taste and what he represents as a whole, first off, his hip-hop opinions just shouldn't be regarded with an ounce of seriousness altogether, but with what Drake said in response to this, he first said let's not go there, and after saying that rap will never go away, which I guess is a good thing because he's not in denial about that, when he went to talk about this year in hip-hop, he referred to it by saying it was a weird NBA season. Which now, with Drake not even being able to address what type of year in hip-hop this has been straight on and having to use a—
You can call it that, man. You can call it that, but we all know what it is. We haven't seen something like this, man. And I still see people saying he can recover from this. I'm sorry. It's over. Recovery, it's gone, bro. And I say that with confidence now, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Before I was like, nah, yeah, Drake can definitely, like, you can go back in my videos and see Drake. I kept on saying, yeah, nah, Drake can come back from this. Drake can still come back from this. He can still do this, bro. The next time he releases, or the next time he comes out with an album, drop out or whatever, tries to make anything like special, look nice, it's gonna flop. It's just not looking good, bro. Like all these moves he's done, they've all been bad. They've literally all been Like, to the person that just likes music, they're still gonna rock with Drake. And if the music is actually good, which I'm hoping it is, they're still gonna rock with Drake. And I think he's gonna have some bangers with like Thug and all that. But I'm talking about that stimulus package, him being #1, him being always on the top charts, all of that. It is over. A lot of people gotta realize that now. Yeah, it's raps, bro. It's rap. And like, even in the videos, like stream, you can tell this man, he be looking around for validation. You can see whenever he makes a joke, watch him just look around to his guys.
Yeah, for real.
It really is.
When I see her, I see 2 bad ones, nigga. What's up? See 2 bad ones, man. Fuck with y'all.
And that's how you know this man's been going through it. People that I read, bro, psychology is, I'm up there with that. You feel me? I can tell. Emotional intelligence too, man. Don't ever try me. I got you figured out. Straight up. But yeah, it was obvious.
Another analogy to get out his thoughts. Really, this just shows how much this year and everything that went down is sitting with him and just changing his entire personality and demeanor. Because seriously, to not even be able to get a sentence out about what this year has really represented just shows how Drake doesn't want to address the reality for what it is despite knowing it. But with Drake now sitting here and just looking at a year where he was involved in what at this point was the most watched and culturally important rap beef of not just this century, but really of all time, and after everything that happened, all he has to say about this entire year which he was at the center at is that it was a weird NBA season. Overall, just shows how this man has given up on rewriting the narratives that were created from his own failure this year, and while Drake does allude to the fact that he does have plans for the future, he just seems so down about everything, and really what's clear about the way the entire Drake brand is moving right now, from this stream and the one before this to brands he is working with and brands he is not, is that altogether we can see that Drake is really starting to disconnect from hip-hop as we know it, and while Drake is not done with music, as he says more stuff is on the way here, and he will surely rap again. Overall, when it comes to Drake being an active part in hip-hop culture, in terms of actually being a respected MC who is trying to just do anything to benefit what the genre stands for, it seems like Drake is going to be quitting on this entire part of what it means to be a rapper, and this is really going to have some shocking consequences on where his career goes from here, because if Drake is now turning his back on people who picked Kendrick to be the winner after losing their beef, while from Drake's end, this may make sense to tap in with streamers and their audiences who will like his immature antics and whatever music he makes that's an extension of that. While before even considering where Drake is going to go with all of that, and it seems like he is really going to try to start moving into the streaming space more and more, in this time where the field is getting bigger and his future as a rapper is just looking worse. Altogether, at the most fundamental level, Drake removing himself from the space that made him who he is and has preserved his legacy for all of these years, whether for better and for worse, is really going to taint where he stands in the eyes of hip-hop forever. Because to disconnect your art from the very culture that it's built from sets a scary precedent as a whole, and even for someone as big as Drake. Who knows if when his music isn't seen as the cool thing by these streamers, but he is moving closer into being their competition, they will feel the same way about him, and who knows if Drake will even be able to pop for this audience that loves the immature stuff he makes if he no longer can access the top young talent in the industry from labels and all he is stuck with is his own talent. Which leaves him with himself and then people like Smiley. And if Smiley is one of your go-to guys, I don't even have to say how bad that is.
Yeah,
and
man.
so altogether,
yeah, it's looking rough. Even in the stream, like I can go back to the stream. I'm gonna try to pull up some clips. There's a clip of him getting mad because Adin called him Unc, or someone called him Unc.
Someone said, "Where's the album, Unc?" Where's your album?
First of all, fuck you.
Me? Oh, him.
I don't know, both of y'all. Unk.
You're not Unc yet.
Bro, like, that's how you know you got the kid in you. That's how you know you still got the little, you know what I mean, the little kid in you. And this green screen is terrible. Bro, you're 39, 38, how you're literally pushing 40. Yes, you are Unc. I'm sorry. If you're 38 years old, yes, you are considered Unc, bro. That is a very, like, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? I get it when like Kyrie was on stream talking about like, yo, we 30 years old. That's not even an Unc. Like, that makes sense when he was talking to Castaneda about that. But nah, this is a different look at fucking Adin, bro. He's like, is this guy serious? Like,
Me? Oh, him.
I don't know, both of y'all. Unk.
You're not Unc yet.
Unk is crazy.
Oh, thank you so much. So what do you call this drink?
It's yeah.
nah, yeah, that's wild. Yeah, this also shows how soft he is, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Little softy, man, is what it is though. Unk, it's gonna be fine. I do appreciate the fact that they were doing a giveaway to people that don't got, you know what I mean, the access to anything, food, gifts, things like that. I do appreciate that, bro. We need more of that, man. So I can't get on Drake for that and this steak shit. It's still gambling site. I don't promote gambling like that, but hey, do what you do. Anyways, yo, that was Drake's Island at the end of the year. What do you guys think? Do you think he's falling apart? Do you think this is all part of the plan? Do you think, you know what I mean? What do you think, man? I think this is it, bro. I think we're gonna see a few more months of Drake and it's just gonna be like, all right, bro. I do believe Kendrick is gonna drop another album. I do believe that's gonna be like the hitter, you feel me? A lot of people like GNX. I still bump with GNX, but bro, I just feel like this man got something cooking, bro. Like really cooking, bro. I have a good feeling. But let me know what you think in the comments. It's been your boy Ray signing out. See y'all in the next one. Peace.